So let's do it. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great people. How are y'all doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome. OMG, y'all. Wait a minute. Welcome to the Message Ministry. Don't be judging me. We be real over here. Okay, listen. Welcome to the Message Ministries this morning. Welcome to the message. I don't even know why I said the Message Ministries. That ain't even what I was trying to say, but that's what came out, so I'm going with it. It's because I just got done doing something in regards to that. The Lord has told me to take a step, and I had to do it this morning, and it is in relation to the Message Ministries, which is what the Lord has directed me to call this. So this we have the message this morning. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great morning, great morning, great morning. Great people. I hope y'all are doing well and that today is going fantastic for you. Welcome to the message this morning. Y'all, we in a new season. We are going to get ready to do Bible clarity. Y'all know we almost done. What's today? Tuesday. We're almost done with the book of Numbers. Today for Bible clarity, we are in Numbers 33 and 34. We'll finish it out tomorrow. And then Thursday, we will be jumping into the book of Deuteronomy. Okay, so of course the book of Numbers is in the wilderness. That's literally what it means, in the wilderness, right? And so we are getting ready to come out of the wilderness season and stepping into the promised land. We read it, ain't it? Are you ready for a I'm so ready for the promise. Lord have mercy, I'm ready. But we're grateful for the experience that we've gone through while we've been here in this wilderness season. When y'all come in, make sure that you like the live, tapped in. Come on, Lord. Like the live, share the love. I can share this with y'all because it's a done deal now. The Lord is great, and y'all, He's amazing. He does amazing things every single day. And of course, we are speaking supernatural favor, increase, abundance. Come on, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me into our entire month of April. Like I refuse. I'm like, man, look, we talked about I refuse the other day. I refuse not to be abundant in the month of April. I treated yesterday like a brand new year. Great morning, Jamila. Great morning, honey wunny. Y'all drop something in the chat that you're grateful for this morning. When you come in the door, drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. Y'all know we like to get in the flow of abundance from the very beginning of our day. So make sure you drop something in the chat you're grateful for. Like the live, share the love. Let's get the message out to as many people as possible, right? That is the goal. I think I have a pretty busy day today. So we're going to get this word in. We're going to get this message for this morning. And then we're going to go about our business. We're not going to be here a month of Sundays, like we say in the South, right? We ain't going to be here a month of Sundays. Today has already started off to be a great and amazing day, y'all. The message this morning we're going to be talking about is, do you hear that? Did you hear that? I think when I wrote it down, I wrote, do you hear that? But when I put it up on the thumbnail and on the thing, I think it says, did you hear that? So we're going to get more into that and see, did we hear what we thought we heard, or are we listening? Okay, so we'll talk more about that after we do our Bible clarity for this morning. Y'all like the live, share the love, drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited because I feel like the Lord is doing new things. He doing something different, and I received that. Come on, community, wanted to flip over. He's definitely doing a new thing in this season. He's definitely creating new beginnings, new pathways, new opportunities, all that, right? We have brand new things that are happening for all of us, and so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for Him continuing to show me the way to walk, and I hope that He's doing that in your life as well. I know He is, because if you over here, we're not gonna let Him go till He blesses us. Look, I don't think y'all do. We're not gonna let Him go till He blesses us, right? So I feel like, and I was like, okay, my entire month of April, I'm just saying, speaking it out there, like every day is a new blessing. Every day is a new blessing. So I thank the Lord every morning for, and all throughout the day, of course, for how much, come on, the chosen one, how much He continues to show up and bless us exceedingly and abundantly. And I'm grateful, y'all. Every day is a new blessing. Today is a great and amazing day, and great and amazing things are going to happen for us today. Okay, so make sure that you're speaking that into your energy every day, every day. Day 2 of supernatural favor and increase. That's what I've been telling Padre God, like, Daddy, I receive supernatural favor and increase every day for the month of April, every day for the rest of my life. But you know I'm talking about. Okay, every day for the month of April. we got the message. We're gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna go because I'll get lost in it. Child, I'm gonna get lost in it because if I we got to get the Bible clarity done, and then I'm gonna tell y'all how Padre God had got a little straightened in my spirituals just this morning. Really about 20 minutes ago, I was praying. I pray y'all at 6:33 every morning. The Message Clarity Tarot and Oracle cards. I actually use those every morning to help me focus my prayers and to be consistent with how I'm starting my day. I use those, the ones that I have on my phone, in a specific folder. I have them in two different little widgets on my phone. So, but I use those because they're very specific to things that I'm praying for. And so this morning, he got a little straight in my spirituals this morning when I was talking to him. The Lord, and I'm gonna tell y'all, because when he does it out of love, he does it because when he wants a thing to be done a certain way, he will show you. Okay, then I'm gonna tell y'all, it's a lot. Okay, but we'll talk about it when we get to the message. Let's do Bible clarity first, and then we'll talk about all of that in the message. It's so crazy how the Lord will do stuff. I just wanted to pick that. I don't know. I looked over there, y'all, and I was just like, because I looked at y'all know my Message Clarity Tarot Oracle cards are called Message. Now, this the thing, y'all. Can I talk? We're gonna get to word in a second. Okay, listen, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to numbers 33 and 34. But listen, can I just share this with y'all real quick? Y'all know that I created these cards over 2 years ago. And so when I created these cards, and I have them in the back, I have two tubs full of nothing but tarot cards. That's really the only thing that's in the back seat of my car, y'all. And so I have two plastic tubs that are full of nothing but tarot cards. And so part of that was I had um cards that I ordered, like blank cards that I ordered from Amazon. So I always knew that my cards were going to be called Message. I always knew that. And so, but I sat on them for like 2 years, right? It's been what, almost 2.5 years. The Lord blessed me to start creating these last November. When I first 6 months ago, y'all, it's been right at 6 months because I've been back in California for 6 months. And so I just happened. And so it's crazy that now not only do I have the Message Clarity Tarot and Oracle cards, which are of course just a way to help you start tapping in with your intuition and learning to listen to yourself and really learning to listen to the voice of God. Sometimes we need to be focused. There may be, like I started off pulling a card a day so I could just focus on what I needed to know for that day. And that's what I asked for. Even now, I ask the Lord when I pull a card for myself, what do I need to know right now? What do I need to know today to help me get through the day, to help me focus? Anyway, all of that, I wasn't planning on going into teaching right then. We're doing that in TU. So make sure y'all sign up for TU starting 5/5. It's starting on May the 5th. So make sure you get your face in the place. Shout out to those of you who have already purchased your TU tickets. I'm excited. This is something that Message started last year, but the Lord made me stop because I had to get the cards in place. And so it includes your Clarity Tarot deck as well. Anyway, I just so happened to look over there and I was just shuffling, and it just kind of took me for a loop for a second because I looked at Message, and literally I have the message that this is turned into every morning. Good morning, Just Be You. Good morning, honey wunny. I'm so grateful that you are here as well. So we have the message cards, we have the message that we're giving every day, and then the Lord just blessed me. The Lord just blessed me to be able. He touched someone's heart to be a blessing to me, and I am so grateful for every one of y'all that shows up for me, who have continued to. Y'all know I'll start crying. Who continue to show up and watch the evolution that the things that the Lord is doing through me, and I hope every day that I come on here, I pray that it's an inspiration for you to do your own thing, whatever the Lord is calling you to do. Y'all have seen him grow and develop me, develop this ministry, develop everything that I'm doing. And I'm so grateful for all of you who show up and just support me as I'm moving through this mission and this assignment that the Lord has given me to do. So I'm truly grateful for y'all. And of course, everyone who supported me and sown a seed, been a blessing, bought a ticket, bought an oracle deck, bought anything that any way that you've been a financial blessing for me. I am so truly grateful. So thank y'all for that. Anyway, I just so happened to pick up a card when I looked over there because The store is coming back. The Message Ministry store is going to come back. It's going to include 336 Tarot and Oracle as well. The Lord is not having me to separate them. This is everything is the message, because it's not about the method, it's about the message. And so he's putting it all in one. So everything will be available in the Message store. You'll be able to get the ClariTEA Tarot and Oracle cards there, as well as merchandise. Shout out, y'all. We finna get to this. I have a lot to say, but it's all because it's gratitude. And so I'm always going to be grateful for y'all in every way that you show up and support. Yesterday, it's so crazy. Like I say this and I post things when I see y'all reposting things or posting the cards when you have purchased a digital download. It's crazy to see something that you've created and it's being a blessing to other people, y'all. And that's the point. It's not for me, it's to give it back to God and show God like how amazing he is. And come on, Lord, like how he will take something that you think is just a random idea and he will literally turn it into, because it's just the beginning. And so when I see that the things that he's given me to create are being a blessing to someone else, y'all, like I can't even express to y'all like how much that means, right? Because you can think that you're crazy when the Lord says go put scripture on tarot cards and go do, and it's like, wait, what, Lord? That's going against what everybody believes, right? Like this is not the normal Christian thing to do. And he said, I didn't say it was normal, I said it was what I wanted you to do. And so what you said, I didn't say it was normal, I said it was God. Okay, so you have those God ideas. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Amanda. Y'all drop something in the chat you're grateful for. Like the live, share the love, right? Because I had to stand 10 toes down, y'all. I had to go up and still do, because I know what the Lord spoke into my spirituals. And so to see it being a blessing to y'all, to those of you who have supported that part of the vision, the cards, and really learning how to trust yourself and listen to your own internal guidance. It's amazing, y'all. It's so amazing, but God does amazing things, right? I picked this card up and it just so happens to be Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. And this is a confirmation for me for something that I literally just got done asking the Lord about. Because he gave me a very specific instruction just now, but like literally before I clicked live, y'all. And I was like, Lord, you gonna have to confirm that. Like, what? And so I did something that he asked me to do. And so he shows up. Come on, 8684. He shows up and gives confirmations when he needs to, that, okay, you did the right thing. And for me, a big part of it is something else we're gonna talk about in the message. But let's do Bible clarity first, because y'all know we are on a mission. We have committed to reading the entire Bible. We have committed to it. And so we're doing it 2-ish chapters at a time, because y'all know when we get to all them names and words, and we're not doing all that. But I don't think we have much more of that to do. All to do it. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to Numbers 33 and Numbers 34. Y'all like the live, share the love. This head wrap is so tight. OMG. Sandy said, I'm grateful that God hears my prayers. Memento. Let me come back to that. I'm grateful that God hears my prayers and protects my loved ones. Thank you, Lord. Because let me tell y'all, he heard me last night. I kid you not. He heard me. Somebody's listening. Okay. Like he's listening, y'all. Y'all know it's all jokes, but he's listening, because he heard me last night. I was like, Lord, I need such and such and such and such. Not even kidding, y'all. Like I was like, I need gas, I need this, I need that. I needed a couple of things. And then I woke up to a blessing this morning, and I'm just like, and my purpose now, y'all, whenever the Lord blesses me, like I've made a commitment that before anything goes anywhere else, I have, y'all, oh, it's so much. Okay. I'm okay. Let me just say this, because we're going to do this Bible clarity, because the message is the message. So whatever I need to get out is because the Lord is giving something very specific. He wants us to talk about and understand. Yesterday, he had me reading ahead in the book of Deuteronomy, y'all. And so part of what he was reading, had me reading about, was there, y'all, if you've been rocking with me, you know the Lord ain't had me just going to just random people's, listening to people. Like he literally has been my only source of instruction per se in the last year. But now he's actually allowing someone who he gave me a couple of options, right? Let me just say that. Like you have to kind of see whose energy is going to resonate with yours. And so the Lord has put me somewhere very specific, and it resonates in my spirituals. I'm very, very much like it's very much in alignment with what who I am, what I feel, my beliefs. She just resonates. So shout out to Pastor Kels. I have no problem telling y'all who inspires me and who motivates me. The Lord put me, I don't even know how, but I ended up watching, I didn't watch it a lot, but then he's put me, and I'm like, okay, I resonate with her mission and her vision and what she's doing. And so I've been showing up, y'all. I've been consistent. Good morning, Cherie. And it's just like, you know how you kind of have to just see who's going to resonate in your energy and in your spirituals. And she does. And so, I say all of that to say, because again, y'all are seeing the development of me and how the Lord took me through a year of no instruction to a year of now he's putting me in alignment with people who are able to instruct me in the things that I'm getting ready to do, because I have no clue what I'm doing, y'all. And so everything that we come on, God, everything that we're doing, everything that I'm talking to y'all about is so that you will understand how the Lord will put people instructors, guides. For some of you, I'm the same thing. Like he puts you in alignment with whatever it is that you need to glean from me, but I have to learn from people as well. And so just know that you're going to be an instructor for somebody. There's something that the Lord is asking you to do that someone else is going to need to come to you and understand. So whatever it is that the Lord is asking, is telling you to step into, shout out, and I'm gonna say this because it was a public post. Shout out to Jay Causey, who yesterday he made a post, and it was about his authenticity, right? And he showed up and he was just like, I'm not going to keep hiding who I am. I'm not going to keep trying to feel like I'm weird because I see things and I hear things, and I read tarot cards and I'm tapped in and aware. And I reshared it on my page, of course. Because it's like you need to be who you are. Like, I don't want this to sound bad, don't be offended, but let your freak flag fly, okay? And I mean that because we serving the Lord. We're not meant to be like everybody else. And that's why even in this ministry, y'all, even as I'm giving these messages, I'm gonna give messages with tarot cards. That is my gift. Yes, he's allowing me to expand and teaching me how to expand and give the message where it doesn't have to include that. But at the end of the day, that's my gift. And that's the way that he has built this ministry to be. It's not going to resonate with everybody. I'm okay with that. The people who it needs to resonate with, he will send them. And so the Lord is going to do the very same thing with you. And he's also going to put destiny helpers, divine connections, partnerships, whatever it is that you need for the next level of your life, that level of instruction that's necessary for what he's stepping you into. He's going to do that. So anyway, I had to share that because it was so special for me, because yesterday, he had like Jay has bought multiple, he supported every iteration of the things that I've done, whether it's merchandise, whether it's cards, whether it's just showing up with giving energy. He's been through with y'all. A lot of y'all have been with me from the very beginning, so I'm grateful, right? But the Lord is stepping us up, y'all. This is what it means when he said come up higher, like we talked about on whichever, I don't even know what message that was. He's calling us, y'all. He's calling us into different spaces. He's calling us to elevate. He's calling us to do, like, we got to come out. Y'all know we can't stay in our comfort zone. We got to step up. I kid y'all not, y'all. He said, I went to Malibu yesterday. The Lord said, you need to go to Malibu. I say, what, Lord? For what? So I was just like, okay. And so I went to Malibu yesterday, y'all. Had a beautiful experience. Didn't do nothing but sit by the water. On one side was mountains and grass, and it was beautiful and it was green. And every time I looked to the left, I was like, this is just beautiful. I don't know why I just heard Cat Williams in my spirit. This is just beautiful. Just look at the grass and the hills and look at the mountains. And then when I looked this way, I was like, this is just beautiful. And no, I wasn't high, right? This was just beautiful. Look at the mountains and all the houses up there. Oh, it's so peaceful. Then I looked to the right and I was like, look at the ocean. It's just beautiful. Look at how serene it is. Y'all, that's literally how it was. Yesterday, every side of me was just beautiful. I was like, OMG. And so I literally just spent the day over there, connected with the Lord, tapping in, just journaling, reading the Bible. I was just like, this is just beautiful, y'all. It was such a beautiful experience. So good, I got to go back, right? So anyway, come on, June Shine, sharing that with y'all. Okay, we've been getting into numbers for real now. We've been getting into numbers for real. So just saying, y'all, you stepping into something new because Padre God said so. So you can get ready for that. Okay. I think he said he's giving me my rest because he getting ready. Oh, we not finna read y'all, we not finna read all of this. But anyway, we're gonna get to numbers 33. Numbers 33, y'all. Like the live, share the live, share the love. This is the culmination. We only got 4 chapters left, and we not gonna read through all of 33. I'm gonna tell you that right now because it's a whole bunch of names, and it looks like, and it's just a list basically of all the campsites. I tell y'all, this is just resonating my spirituals because I really have done this. Okay. Drop something in the chat you're grateful for. Oh, let's do it. Let's go, y'all. Here we go. This is the route the Israelites followed as they marched out of Egypt under the leadership of Moses and Aaron. At the Lord's direction, Moses kept a written record of their progress. These are the stages of their march, identified by the different places where they stopped along the way. They set out from the city of Ramses in early spring on the 15th day of the first month, on the morning after the first Passover celebration. The people of Israel left defiantly in full view of all the Egyptians. Meanwhile, the Egyptians were burying all their firstborn sons whom the Lord had killed the night before. The Lord had defeated the gods of Egypt that night with great acts of judgment. So they leaving because they being freed, but these people mourning as they watching these folks leave out after they have not been touched, right? Because of course, Passover, the blood of the lamb on the doors. And so they did not, they weren't saved. Their firstborns weren't saved. Well, some of the Israelites could have, if they didn't do it, then God did not discriminate. Okay, he did not discriminate. So you either did what you were supposed to do or you didn't. After leaving Ramses, the Israelites set up camp. We not finna. Okay, then at Sukkoth, then they left Sukkoth, went to Etham at the edge of the wilderness. They left Etham and turned back towards. Wait a minute now. They camped near Migdal. Then they left there, crossed the Red Sea into the wilderness beyond. They traveled for 3 days and they camped into the wilderness and camped at Mara. They left Mara where there were 12 springs of water and 70 palms. They left Elam and camped beside the Red Sea. They left the Red Sea and camped in the wilderness of Sin. They left the wilderness of Sin and camped at Dophkah. They left Dophkah and camped at Elish, y'all. They left Elish and camped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. Lord, I'm finna start crying. They left Rephidim and camped in the wilderness of Sinai. They left the wilderness of Sinai and camped at Kibroth Hattaavah. They left Kibroth Hattaavah and camped at Hazeroth. They left Hazeroth and camped at Ritmah. They left Ritmah and camped at Rimmon Perez. They left Rimmon Perez and camped at Libnah. They left Libnah and camped at Risa. They left Risa and camped at y'all, I cannot. Kehilatha. They left Kehilatha and camped at Mount Shepher. They left Mount Shepher and camped at Harada. They left Harada and camped at Machalath. They left Machalath and camped at Tahath. They left Tahath and camped at Terah. They left Terah and camped at Mithkah. They left Mithkah and camped at Hasmonah. They left Hasmonah and camped at Moseroth. They left Moseroth and camped at Ben Jakan. They left Beni Jakan and camped at Hor Haggidgad. They left Hor Haggidgad and camped at Jotbatha. They left Jotbatha and camped at Abrona. They left Abrona and camped at Ezion Geber. They left Ezion Geber and camped at Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin. They left Kadesh and camped at Mount Hor at the border of Edom. While they were at the foot of Mount Hor, Aaron the priest was directed by the Lord to go up the mountain, and there he died. This happened in midsummer on the first day of the 5th month of the 40th year after Israel's departure from Egypt. Aaron was 123 years old when he died there on Mount Hor. At that time, the Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in the Negev in the land of Canaan, heard that the people of Israel were approaching his land. Meanwhile, the Israelites left Mount Hor and camped at Zalmonah. Then they left Zalmonah and camped at Punon. They left Punon and camped at Oboth. They left Oboth and camped at Abiram on the border of Moab. They left Abiram and camped at Dibon Gad. They left Dibon Gad and camped at Almon Diblathaim. They left Almon and camped in the mountains east of the river near Mount Nebo. They left the mountains east of the river and camped on the plains of Moab beside the Jordan River across from Jericho. Along the Jordan River, they camped from Beth Jeshimoth and as far as the meadows of Acacia on the plains of Moab. While they were camped near the Jordan River on the plains of Moab, opposite Jericho, the Lord said to Moses, "Give the following instructions to the people of Israel. When you cross the Jordan River into the land of Canaan, you must drive out all the people living there. You must destroy all their carved and molten images and demolish all their pagan shrines. Take possession of the land and settle in it, because I have given it to you to occupy. You must distribute the land among the clans by sacred lot and in proportion to their size. A larger portion of land will be allotted to each of the larger clans, and a smaller portion will be allotted to each of the smaller clans. The decision of the sacred lot is final. In this way, the portions of land will be divided among your ancestral tribes. But if you fail to drive out the people who live in the land, those who remain will be like splinters in your eyes and thorns in your sides. They will harass you in the land where you live, and I will do to you what I had planned to do to them." Boundaries of the land. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Give these instructions to the Israelites. When you come into the land of Canaan, which I am giving you as your special possession, these will be the boundaries. The southern portion of your country will extend from the wilderness of Zin along the edge of Edom. The southern boundary will begin on the east at the Dead Sea. It will then run south past Scorpion Pass in the direction of Zin. Its southernmost point will be Kadesh Barnea, from which it will go to Hazar Adar and on to Asmon. From Asmon, the boundary will turn toward the brook of Egypt and end at the Mediterranean Sea. Your western boundary will be the coastline of the Mediterranean Sea. Your northern boundary will begin at the Mediterranean Sea and run east to Mount Hor, then to Lebo Hamath, and on through Zedad and Ziphron to Hazar Enan. This will be your northern boundary. The eastern boundary will start at Hazarenan and run south to Shepham, then down to Riblah on the east side of Ain. From there, the boundary will run down along the eastern edge of the Sea of Galilee and then along the Jordan River to the Dead Sea. These are the boundaries of your land. Then Moses told the Israelites, "This territory is the homeland you are to divide among yourselves by sacred lot. The Lord has commanded that the land be divided among the 9.5 remaining tribes, the families of the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and half the tribe of Manasseh have already received their grants of land on the east side of the Jordan River across from Jericho toward the sunrise. Leaders to divide the land." Because remember, Manasseh, Gad, and Reuben wanted to stay on the east side of the Jordan, okay, and half the tribe of Manasseh. And the Lord said to Moses, "Eleazar the priest and Joshua son of Nun are the men designated to divide the grants of land among the people. Enlist one leader from each tribe to help them with the task. These are the tribes and the names of the leaders." Okay, 12 tribes: Judah, Simeon, Benjamin, Dan, Manasseh, son of Joseph, Ephraim, son of Joseph, Zebulun, Issachar, Asher, Naphtali. These are the men the Lord has appointed to divide the grants of land in Canaan among the Israelites. The in. Okay. OMG, y'all. OMG. So we are prepared. We are prepared. We are remembering the journey. Y'all, that's it. The end. That is it. We only have 2 chapters left to go. And then we will be in the book of Deuteronomy. So that will be on Thursday. We'll be finishing up the book of Numbers tomorrow. OMG, y'all. So we get, once again, marching orders. I kid y'all not. Hello, honey, one, and great morning, y'all. Great morning, y'all. Like the live, share the love. I should, and I probably could, because I told y'all I feel like I'm real deal walking out the word, right? And doing this exact journey that they're doing. And I don't know, and the Lord had to do it on purpose, right? He had to do it on purpose to where you know, he wanted me. Ain't it crazy, y'all? I'm okay. So we finna talk about the message, y'all. Now we finna talk about the message for this morning. So part of what, but as we're reading this, y'all, I don't, the Lord is very strategic, right? And everything he does has a purpose. And I oftentimes ask the Lord, and sometimes when I'm reading the Bible and even just going through what, you know what I'm saying, as I'm coming to like doing different things, I often try to see myself in certain aspects and area, or I can see myself in certain parts of the word that we're reading, right? And so come on, 15:19. And so I see, as we're reading through this just now, y'all, I could not even tell y'all how much I resonate with all these 51 places that the Israelites now have been, y'all. I literally have, this has been this chapter 33, which happens to be my life path number. So crazy, right? 30, I'm a 33-6 life path. And so as I'm reading through this, I'm just like, oh my gosh, y'all, this has been my life for the last year. From the time that I left, like no one was really mourning, of course, when I left Egypt last year, but it was like from the time, or I'm not even going to say last year, I'm just going to say this was the last part of my journey, right? Because I feel like I've been in the wilderness for 7 years, but y'all, the places that I have been, all the cities, all the states, from here to Texas, Arkansas, Arizona, here, like all these different places that I've been in the last year, all the traveling that I've done, all the different cities that I've visited, and just, y'all, that's why I was like, oh my gosh, I'm finna cry. Y'all know I hadn't read the book of Numbers, so I've never seen this part of it, but I literally can just see, like, this is what I've done. I've been in so many different cities and so many different states. And it's just like, oh my gosh. And so now I'm like, okay, Lord, so I'd be like, okay, well, where are we finna settle, right? Where am I going to settle? Where's the Lord going to settle me? But of course, I told y'all that I do feel like he's settling me finally, and giving me somewhere to be, because for the next part of the assignment that he has for me. So all to do it. Let's get to it, y'all. Like the live, share the love. Let's talk about the message. And the message was, do you hear? Well, he gave it to me yesterday or whenever, because he's giving me messages and I'm just going ahead and putting them so I'll know what we want to talk about. But this is so crazy because I can't make it up, because of the way that he's instructed me to do it. He gave me this the other day, so I knew last week that we were going to talk about. He gave it to me over the weekend. Let me just say that. And so one thing for certain, 2 things for sure. The reason he has me even telling y'all about walking out the word. Good morning, dearest one. Good morning. Is because when I tell y'all, like, as I'm walking this journey, he's also showing y'all through me how he's developing me in different aspects, how he's teaching me, where he's disciplining me. And he did that this morning, right? Because the thing about it is, he's not allowing me to come on here and just tell y'all about the things that I do right. Come on, Keys. He's not allowing me to just come on here and tell y'all about when I get something right. He wants me to make sure that I'm telling y'all when I do something wrong as well. And so I'm going today, we gonna talk this, and I did not know, because he only gave me a snippet. I can't read it because it's on my phone. He only gave me a snippet of when he said, do you hear what I hear? And the message is talking about the Lord. When he gave this to me, he said it was the Lord's voice is getting louder and louder. Following instructions is so important in this season, and the Lord keeps affirming and confirming that for me. Let me tell y'all how he did that this morning. So I was praying this morning. And I was praying before I started getting ready to give the message today, right? And so I was like, Lord, I was like, I need to know, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that I'm in alignment, I'm doing the right things. But I had a moment when I was praying today because first someone blessed me. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for blessing me today, because it really allowed me to move forward in some things that the Lord, not just forgive the basic needs that I have for myself, food, shelter, or food, water, all that good stuff. But it also allowed me to take a step that the Lord instructed me to take. And y'all, one of the reasons that I don't be like, I'm very mindful with my finances, of course, because I got to make sure I'm being a good steward with the little that the Lord has given me. There's some things like I didn't gave up control and say, Lord, you just gonna have to figure out what's gonna go on with this car, because I didn't gave it over and just expect it to be some great, like I can't do it. I have to focus on the things that I can change, the things that the Lord has given me to work on right now. So when the Lord tells me not to worry about something, I say, okay, Lord, I'm not gonna worry. However, I am human, right? And so I am still learning on this journey as well. And so I was praying this morning and I was like, okay, Daddy, like I was like, I've been trying to, I told y'all, like I got here and I say, well, the Lord finna get me situated a little bit. Maybe I need to go back to work. Y'all, when I tell y'all the Lord set me all the way down today, just this morning, right before we came on this live this morning, I just got done praying. And so he gave me the scripture the other day when we was going to talk about this. The scripture he gave me this morning was Isaiah 30:20 and 21, right? And he already told me that when I get off this live, once I get done, I got to go and read all of Isaiah 30 and 31. He's already given me that instruction, but he gave me just specifically Isaiah 30 and 31, which is crazy because it's something he's given me before, but now it's making sense. So Isaiah 30 and 31, 30, I'm sorry, Isaiah 30, 21. That's what I was trying to say. 20 and 21. Isaiah 30, 20 and 21. Though the Lord gave you adversity for food and suffering for drink, he will still be with you to teach you. You will see your teacher with your own eyes. Your own ears will hear him. Right behind you, a voice will say, this is the way you should go, whether to the right or to the left. Let me just tell y'all, the Lord don't be playing with me. So not only did he give me that scripture, that happens to be one of the scriptures that is in one of the Message ClariTEA Tarot and Oracle decks. I can't think which one. It may be the Clarity is Real. So not only did that pop up on my phone this morning, I was like, okay, all right. Then when I went to read it, the title of this one is Judah's Worthless Treaty with Egypt. And then the next one is the futility of relying on Egypt. Y'all, the Lord told me 2 years ago that he was not, that he wanted me to not work, that he was going to, I can't make this up, y'all, tapped in. This what I be talking about. The Lord told me that the son, right? Thank you, Lord. He told me to start really going full time in my business, in the businesses that I've created. But I found myself, trying to jump out in front of the Lord again. And he disciplined me and he corrected me this morning. And he said, that's not what I told you to do. He said, I know, and this is the thing, because this is why I love the Lord so much, y'all. He don't come at me, he don't discipline me by yelling or by making you feel bad, but he's like, that's not what I told you to do. I didn't tell you to go look for a job. I know that you're tired. And this is how he told it to me in prayer this morning. He was like, I know that you're tired of the situation that you're in. I know that you're tired. He called it long suffering. He was like, I know that you're tired of long suffering, but that's not what I told you to do. The suffering is almost over, but the obedience is required. And so I had a moment. I cried and I was like, thank you, Lord, for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be, yes, you get tired of being in the current situation. And sometimes you feel like, and this is me, y'all. I'm like, Lord, I'm just so tired of being in this situation. And so that's when we try to go out before the Lord and jump out before him and do something that he hasn't asked us to do. And so this morning, then I was getting ready for this, he was like, he was like, I know it's been a long time and I know you feel like you've been suffering, but you're almost there. You're almost to the point where I need you to go. So just hold on. And so I was like, okay, Lord. And then when I went to read the scripture this morning, I was like, OMG. He was like, there's no going back to Egypt. He was like, we already did Egypt. And so he also confirmed that for me this morning, because when I was listening to the message this morning, I was like, because y'all know I have said that I am free. Even though most people might look at my situation and feel like this is not freedom. Oh, no, it's freedom, because all I'm required to do is what the Lord has asked me to do, whether it's building my businesses, whether it's coming on here, giving a message in the mornings. Come on, 808. I am only required to do what the Lord has asked me to do. That's it. And so for me, that's very freeing. Am I in the position? Am I in a place where I'm grateful for my car? So don't misunderstand when I say this. I'm not, I'm grateful for my car. But yes, I know that this is not the final place that the Lord has for me. So we can get impatient, and that can cause us to do something that is not in alignment with what the Lord has asked us to do. So the Lord told me to sit back down. That's why he sat me down yesterday and was just like, nope, don't do anything. You need to follow the steps that I'm giving you. And I did not know that all of this was going to transpire from the time he gave me this a couple of days ago, that we were going to talk about this. I had no idea that all of these things were going to happen right before we got ready to talk about this message, of course. And so I just was like, okay, Lord, because he gave me this a few days ago. I think I have messages that we're going to talk about up until next week. I think I have them listed out all the way through Thursday. And so he'll give me just a snippet and I'll be like, okay, that's what the message is going to be about. I already know what we're talking about tomorrow. I don't know what it exact right off the top of my head. I have to go look on my calendar, but he's giving me messages and he's like, this is going to be on this day. This is going to be on this day. And I'm like, okay, Lord. So it's about, for what he wanted me to focus on today is, are you listening or to him, or are we listening to our own thoughts? Like, are you allowing your thoughts to determine your moves, or are we allowing the Lord to determine our moves? If he's already given you a blueprint, which we're going to talk about might be next week, I think. If he's already given you a blueprint and instructions message, look, that's my baby. If he's already given you a message and an instruction, and just follow that. Okay. I'm bad about getting impatient, and I can tell y'all that, because yes, I'm ready for my circumstances to change, but God's timing is perfect. And so there are other things that he has to put in place first. And so he's like, just do the things that I'm presenting to you and taking a day at a time. Don't get ahead of God by trying to do it yourself. Repeating patterns. Come on with it. Let me just tell y'all, he just gave me this one a couple of minutes ago. Be very mindful of repeating patterns. This is not something, come on, 24. This is not something that, oh, I got to post that, don't it? This is not something that this is something I've done before. When I get impatient, I start trying to do things myself, y'all. I start trying to go ahead of the Lord, and I start applying for jobs. And the Lord has given me a very specific instruction. He said, you'll get a job when you get this degree that I'm sending you back to school to get. Like, he was just that stern with me this morning, and I was just like, okay, Lord, all right, right. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So, and he keep on giving me this message, like, you know, it's not going to be, yes, you're going to have to work for it, because we still have to do the work that the Lord is asking us to do, but you ain't gonna have to work as hard as you think that you're gonna have to work, because it's gonna come easy to you. So he's making things, even though we look at it sometimes as a challenge, it's like, no, it's actually making things easier and better for us. Message. And so that was one of the things that he was talking about this morning. Don't repeat old patterns. Don't repeat old lessons. Whether you believe in the sun, the moon, and the stars, I don't worship them, but I do know that God gave them to us, and there are certain things that can happen in our lives during certain periods of time, y'all. It's Mercury retrograde. I had to sit down and think. I was like, how am I repeating a pattern? It's a time of reflection. So I would, again, don't go start trying to, because this is me. I've done this before, y'all. Well, let me go try to jump into a job or something that I'm not gonna want to do anyway, because it's not in alignment with what the Lord, the path that the Lord has. So I said, well, let me just sit down somewhere. Instead of me trying to figure it out, let me just sit, make sure that I'm receiving. This is, come on, success. This is a time for us to receive messages, receive insight, receive wisdom, and let the Lord show us what the path is, what the instructions are. So be mindful of repeating patterns. And I'm sharing this because I was repeating a pattern, y'all, getting impatient. I'm tired of being here. Come on, 15, 17. I'm tired of being here. Come on, knowledge. When you know better, you do better, right? I'm tired of being in this. Okay, let me go try to fix it. The Lord said, that's not what I said. Sit down somewhere. So he sat me down, and I said, okay, Lord, I received that. He said, so just follow the blueprint, the instructions, knowledge. Okay, truth, clarity, wisdom, guidance, insight, knowledge, understanding, because he is given that as well. Okay, he's going to show you what the Lord is going to show you, what he already delivered you from. Yes, he, like, y'all, I don't want to work for anybody else. Can I just keep it a buckles with you? I don't want to do that. That don't resonate in my spirituals, because I've tasted freedom, right? Look, I just saw the karma card, because I didn't taste the freedom, child. I don't want to know. No. And people, I'm telling you right now, y'all know I'm dedicated to building this business, this ministry. I am dedicated to getting these messages out to as many people as possible. Like the live, share the love. The reason that I can be so transparent is because there are people who these messages are going to reach at different parts of their journeys, y'all, that are going to be able to help them and say, listen, I know what you're going through. I'm telling you, I know what you're going through. But listen, don't do that. Don't make this mistake. It's very easy for us to fall back into a pattern of wanting to try to do something the same, do something the Lord had already told us. That is not the way to go. Happy birthday, dearest one. Happy birthday. So be very mindful. Pay attention, y'all. Are you repeating it? A mindset? Is it something that you find yourself, is it an old vice? Is it something that you find yourself going back to, that you done already been delivered from, child? The Lord said, I freed you in 2022. Why are you trying to go back and do something that I didn't tell you to do? I did it in Dallas. I did it here in California. I've already freed you from this. That's not the path for you. Don't do that. You're gonna mess up if you do. You're gonna be messed up. You're not gonna like it. So just be very mindful. Take some time, sit, and make sure that you're like, think about it. Like, are you repeating something? Is there something that's on repeat? Come on, spirit. Is there something that's on repeat in your head that or is it a thought pattern? Something, whatever it is, this could be something that you find yourself always going back to. Pay attention if you're repeating something. Pay attention to what's guiding you. Are you being guided by the Spirit? Are you being led by the Spirit? Okay. Confirmation. Thank you, Lord. I received that. Alignment, ancestor messages, clarity, and discernment. Okay. So that's it, y'all. Is it going to be your way or God's way? Your way or God's way? I'm choosing God's way in this season. I'm choosing God's way because I'm tired of trying to do it my way. I don't have time for that anymore. Okay. Like my way got me messed up quite a few times. And so I'm gonna do it my way, right? I'm not gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it God's way. That's a whole nother message. But um I'm not going to do it my way this time. So I'm just going to follow the instructions that the Lord has given me to do. Okay. Um, yeah, that's it, y'all. So that's the message. Are you hearing, or like, did you hear that? Are you hearing what God is telling you to do? Are you hearing just your thoughts and you know what I'm saying, instead of just listening? So just pay attention, pay attention. Told y'all, look, discipline. The Lord came through and gave me a little discipline this morning, and I receive it because it's like, okay. So with that being said, that's it, y'all. That's the message for this morning. Pay attention to what may be on repeat in your life. If you feel like you're repeating something, go and read Isaiah 30:20 and 21. That's going to be every morning. I'll be like, okay, Lord, what are we reading this morning? In addition to, and I'll be reading the different stuff throughout the Bible all day anyway, y'all. So I be having to tell myself that all the time. Are you hearing you or hearing God? Baby, listen. And and this the thing, it's like, I don't know, y'all. Like I just, when I feel like, I'm like, man, when I start thinking about, I know this gonna sound crazy to some people if you but when I start thinking about like going and working for somebody else and clocking in and out and somebody telling you, y'all, it does something to my spirituals. Like it does something to my spirituals, like, but only because I'm not going to say accept less than what I deserve. Right now, when I get my degree, that's going to be a whole different thing. When I'm degreed up in the Lord, there, because it's part of my purpose, that's something different, because I know that that's an instruction, that's something that I want to do versus something, you know what I'm saying. But it's more so just teaching anyway. But I'm like, I don't, the Lord and gave me these business ideas. Let me just go make some shake with that. So yes, I definitely have to make sure that I'm mindful of my mindset. Okay, come on, mindful of your mindset. Because I will try to jump out and the Lord be like, don't do that. I mean, it's not that it won't be successful, but in the long run, you're gonna wish that you didn't do it. Come on, positivity. So anyway, that's it, y'all. That's it. Um that's it. That's the message for this morning. Look, contracts at the bottom of the deck. Don't get, especially for the until the 24th of April, y'all. Until the 24th of April. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to, okay? But I'm telling you right now, if you can avoid it, some things, life don't stop life. And just because we are in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, it does not do that. Okay, we are still going to experience things. If you can avoid signing contracts, and I mean like things that are, because let me tell you, I done got jobs in the middle of Mercury retrograde. It probably did three different ones, huh? It was like three different jobs, y'all, that I signed up for in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. Needless to say, I'm not doing any of those anymore at all. Okay. So I'm just saying, if you can avoid it, don't do it. Okay. There's some things that you can't avoid. If you have to sign a contract at this time, just make sure that you are reading the fine print. If you can get someone else to look over it, then definitely do that as well. Um, because yeah, okay, because yeah, so come on, the chosen one. If you can avoid signing contracts until after the 24th of April, y'all, the 24th of April, just try to do it, because a lot of times it's things, and be mindful, we're going to keep talking about this because there may be old people old connections, whether romantic, whether friendships, whatever, old people coming back that are wanting to revisit, rehash, reconcile, all that kind of stuff. Y'all be mindful of people coming back from the past until the 24th of April, and roughly about a week after the month of April. Just sit down, reflect, receive, relax, reset, whatever you need to do, renewal, okay? But you can accept some folks back into your energy if you want to. That's gonna be, I would tell you to pray about it, baby. Because if the Lord had already released some folks from out of my life, if they ain't been already moved forward with me in this season, ain't no room. And I'm just being honest. Ain't no room. I'm not surrounding myself with people who were a part of my past. I just can't do it. Right. So come on, Lord. Some of y'all look at the butterfly. Some of y'all be very mindful, because if you have already released yourself from those old patterns, just be mindful of revisiting those things. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing, God, and your inspiration with us. Working kids came up, so I'm behind on the rest of. No worries. Thank you so much, dearest one. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you tapping in today. That's it, y'all. I'm going to keep talking about it. Watch your technology stuff. If you're sending any emails, pay attention to those. Make sure you're checking and double checking emails, communication, things like that get lost during this time. And if you're not aware, you'll start thinking that you're being attacked. You're not being attacked. It's not spiritual warfare, okay? This is just a period of time throughout the year where things just kind of go crazy, especially with technology, especially with communication. It's the planet Mercury, okay? So communication, things like there can be arguments as well. So just be mindful of these things, okay? Just saying, okay, just saying. I'll keep, and y'all know, come on, Revelations. I'll keep telling, because I'm gonna tell y'all, because y'all, I don't worship them, but yeah, I know that just like we know the sun, the moon controls the tides. We know that things have an impact on us, and the Lord gave us these things, this knowledge to know. Okay, so if I know something, I'm gonna share it with y'all so that you can understand how things are impacting you in your own life. Okay, that's it. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Good morning, Chris Curls. Good morning. Y'all like the live, share the live, share the love. Thank y'all so much for your support. Thank you for showing up and pouring your tea into me. Look, your tea into me. Time, effort, and energy, right? I'm so truly grateful. Thank y'all for being a blessing. There's so much to come, y'all. The Lord, let me share this with y'all, because I'm excited, because y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'll be like, Dad, I don't think I should do that. But the Lord gave me a direction this morning. That's why I told y'all he confirmed something for me. And he was like, go ahead and start getting prepared for the next step. So y'all know that he changed this, and he started calling this the Message Ministries last week, because everything it's not about the method, it's about the message, right? So y'all know that is like my thing, and I guess that's going to be one of the key points. Whether you believe in tarot cards or oracle cards, I don't care about none of that, because it's not about the method, it's about the message. And all I'm gonna tell you to do is go follow Jesus. Like, all I'm gonna tell you to do is go talk to the Lord about it, the God, Yahweh, okay? The one and only. That's the only God I serve. And so I was like, so this morning, y'all, he blessed me, and I was able to get some things that I need to make sure I'm taking care of myself. And he said, now you take, because this is something that I hadn't been doing. He was like, my business, I've been waiting on, how do I say that, Lord? Y'all know I have 9 oracle decks. I have 9 of these. Okay. I only have 2 of them because I haven't had the resources to buy the decks, because I've been having to try to just survive, right? Take care of myself. And so this morning he said, we're not going to live that way. He was like, we're not going to do that anymore. And I was like, okay, Lord. Um, and he was like, when you're investing in your business, you can't you're not always going to have the money when you're first starting out and trying to grow something and develop something. And he was like, you're not always going to have the resources. But he was like, this morning he gave me a very specific direction, and he said, you're building a ministry, and you need to make sure that you are taking care and that you are investing into what I'm giving you to do. And so this morning, even though I hadn't done anything else with it, I literally did it. Good morning, dearest one. I literally did it before I came on here. The Lord said, go and buy a domain. And I said, okay, Lord. So I don't even know how it's getting ready to be applied yet, y'all. But I did go this morning, as you know, to bless to bless the Lord. I was like, Daddy, any way that I can. He said he told me to buy a domain, so I did actually buy the Message Ministries domain this morning. Um, because the Lord is going to do what the Lord is going to do. So, one step at a time. I don't even know how He's going to use it yet, to what capacity, but He told me to go and buy it. It was happened to be available. I was like, OMG, come on, Lord. I can't make it up, y'all. And so, he was like, just go buy the domain this morning. And so I did that. So I did actually purchase the Message Ministries domain this morning. And so I'm hoping, like, hopefully over the next couple of weeks, he'll be working with me to show me exactly what he wants me to do, whether it's a store, whether it's and I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I just be taking it one step at a time. So when the Lord gives me a step, I just be praying like, Lord, let this be the right step. And so I did actually purchase the Message Ministries domain this morning. So that is awfully, you know what I'm saying, y'all. I just be like, OMG. So one step at a time, right? This is all I can do is build every business that the Lord has given me, every way that He's giving me to get the messages out to as many people as possible. All I can do is build it one step at a time. So that's what I'm doing, y'all, building one step at a time. And y'all are able to see that, and I'm able to share it as well, because for those of you who are stepping into your entrepreneurial journey, He's allowing me to be, I don't know everything, but He provides the steps. And so, in addition to everything y'all see that He's doing, He's allowing me to say, okay, listen, you may not know everything, but whatever the gift is that the Lord has given you, I created these with no money, y'all. Well, at first there was no money. I had to create them until He blessed me with the resources to go find Canva. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then go find somewhere to distribute these. So every step that you need will be provided. And he and I'm sharing this so that you can see in your own life. Like, all you got to do is take the first step. Start putting the blueprint on paper. Write something down. Write the first chapter. Whatever the Lord has given you to do, just do the first step, right? And then the rest of the steps will come in for you as you need them. Okay. That's it, y'all. Go have a fantastic and amazing day in purpose and on purpose. Thank y'all so much for your support. Um, Thank y'all for sowing into me with time, effort, and energy. Thank you for your financial blessings as well. I am so truly grateful. Great and amazing things are coming, y'all. I can tell you, great and amazing things are coming, because the Lord has given me the vision for where He's taking this. And so, one step at a time, and we'll keep moving forward. Okay. I love y'all in real life. I will see y'all in the morning. Side note, don't forget, the time might be changing, y'all, but right now we're going to stick with 7:30, but the time might be changing here pretty soon, just because my ear just started ringing, because my schedule's getting ready to change a little bit. Okay. I love y'all.